and you can't have this like 60-second window where you can't take a fight against them because they will use it.
Yeah, you need to really keep your foot on that pedal for as long as possible. Then Alliance, their drafting style, I think S4 has definitely kind of picked himself up. He had maybe a few shaky games to begin off when he rejoined Alliance, as his offlane performances have been spot on, but also the kind of threat of FNG, that techies pick potentially here for Alliance, the ability for FNG to just be so selfless and give Hanskin that position 4 a lot more space. A lot more heroes are kind of opened up to them because of that. They do ban the Enchantress first phase. They've gotten rid of No Tails hero straight off the bat.
These are pretty standard bans for OG. Dragonite, Dead Prophet, these are the heroes that they are afraid of. They can mess up with their timings. You ask me how they're gonna do it. I try to think of something else, but seems like Alliance is just going with the easy route, Ban Earthshaker, ban Enchantress.
Yeah, I kind of felt it coming, so I wanted to maybe think of other ways they could get around it. Banning them out is most certainly, step one to force OG to maybe draft and play a little bit differently, as that really has been their go-to. So what is this going to leave in the pool then? Your Grimstrokes, your Shadow Demons, anything else that jumps out as key heroes here?
Pango's still in the pool. That's the hero that they really love to pick up. Can be played at multiple roles.
And DP, Dragonite, and Tusk. So a bit of focus on the kind of flexibility between position 2 and position 3 there. Limp and S4 both kind of sharing DP and Dragonite. Nature's Prophet ban by Alliance. That is something they played in that Gamers Without Borders. Pango, Nature's Prophet. Definitely a worthy ban. I mean, Prophet has to be the most flexible hero in Dota right now. Any role, any lane, any position.
Yeah, he can be played at all 5 roles. The second one that comes to my mind is Weaver. She can be played at 4 out of 5 roles. Still haven't seen mid Weaver, and I don't think we're gonna see her. There's not enough space to maneuver with Shikuchi. What's left in the pool? Chen is still out there. Both of these teams really like the Chen. There's no Enchantress this time.
Kotl Ember, Chen.
Oh, Ember Spirit, yeah.
That's the thing. You're banning Earthshaker and Enchantress. You're leaving a lot of these big heroes in the pool. So like Chen, Lycan are there, Kotl Ember are there, Grimstroke +1. It feels like Oracle has slipped away from that first pick for a lot of these teams. I think Liquid really still one of the only teams that love picking up the Oracle early on. Everyone else kind of swinging away into different openers. I think one of the heroes I always look for with OG is Pugna as well, right? The ability to play that across a number of roles, whether it's Saxa Pugna, Seb, mid one, whoever it may be.
You know what? There's still techies in the pool.
Ooh.
I've seen a lot of the games lately after Alliance played it, and I believe everyone just banned out techies against them. Like, this is the hero that you don't want to play. Like, same goes for Virtus Pro. The question is, do you want to play against techies? Probably the answer is going to be no. He's just shutting down a lot of parts of the map where you can't enter. And it's easy for your team to know where to fight. Like, okay, they're not gonna go into this area. We can fight into this. Prepare a setup with the smoke. Ember Spirit gone. No surprise there. We rarely see this hero.
The Grimstroke opener potentially here for OG. They could still go for the Keeper of the Light, even without the Ember Spirit, still strong in its own right. No, Void Spirit, one that I completely forgot. OG love playing this across multiple roles as well.
Yeah, usually he's banned out in most of the games, since there's no like Earthshaker and Enchantress bans, but now you had to adjust. It's also a hero that can be played at a lot of the roles, like mid, offlane, 4. I don't think he's that great of a 1, but still doable. Like that's how OG can draft. So what do you need here? If you pick a lot of counters for Void Spirit, I think they're just gonna shift it.
Like Grimstroke Ricky for Alliance. I saw that from Viking not too long ago. About 15 minutes ago, in fact. A very potent combination.
Come on, big techies.
And Grimstroke Techies opener. I feel like Alliance usually play Grim for FNG.
S5, yes. And also FNG is the one who plays techies. Beastmaster's still out there.
That's true. What about Grim Weaver? Grim Rubik. Okay, so they do pick up their 2 supports early on.
I'm fine with this opener. Like, these 2 supports don't say, like, you can punish this. You have 2 stuns, you have a silence, you have any kind of stun that they have to steal. So, pretty strong opener from Alliance, I would say.
Pretty good instant catch onto, like, the elusive heroes of Void Spirit. Telekinesis into Phantom's Embrace, Inkswell. And then, like you're saying, also the steals coming out. So it also, removes support heroes from OG's pool, right? Picking up your 2 supports this early on means OG have less options to work with. And they could still think about, going into that Pangolier if they want to, but Shadow Demon, Jakiro, Keeper of the Light is, of course, still there, as we've been mentioning. You could still theoretically, put No Tail onto an Oracle, have that hard, dedicated save hero. Very good against the Grimstroke. Very good against these heroes that do like to jump and catch people.
You wanted to see Earth Spirit. You said you don't see enough games of Earth Spirit.
There he is. Yeah, gap close. The ability to jump into the back line is really strong here from OG. Rubik and Grimstroke, I feel like they're very good aggressively, but they are severely lacking defensively. And now you know that Alliance can't really have a saving support. So Void Spirit and Earth... Wait, hang on a second. We can't have Ember Spirit.
No, you were thinking about the Spirit strat. I already saw that it's not coming out. Sadly, Ember is gone.
Very sad.
Juggernaut ban.
And I guess he's a hero that can slip away from Void Spirit and Earth Spirit. But yeah, if Grim and Rubik go onto a target, both of these spirits can quite easily jump in there and get some early pickoffs. And they're so good with the gap close, right? They've got super long range catch with Rolling Boulder and Astral Step. And Beastmaster you mentioned there, so plenty of single target now to go into the Grimstroke Soulbind.
Yeah, I thought Beastmaster was going to come out in the first phase. Since you have a Grimstroke, it's also one of the better offlaners, in my opinion, right now. Where he gives the vision. You have a guaranteed BKB piercing ability, strong laner. Beastmaster is good at every stage of the game. That's why he's such a top tier pick right now. What do you get here? Against the Beastmaster in the lane, there's still Witch Doctor that you can pick. No Enchantress. It would be such a good Enchantress game.
No Tail's hero pool is getting smaller and smaller. Phoenix is actually left in the pool, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like a Phoenix game here. Quite interesting. Both teams, ignoring that Phoenix.
So it could be position 3. It could be position 5 Abaddon. We kind of shifted from Legion Commanders, Omni Knights, Abaddons. So there's not enough of these strong dispels. But against the Beastmaster, okay. I thought there was going to be maybe something like a Save Shadow Demon. They could still pick it. I mean, everything's opened up for them with this kind of a draft. All these heroes can be played with multiple roles.
Yeah, for sure. Do you feel like it's going more one way than the other? Like, you mentioned Abaddon could be 3 or 5. Earth Spirit likely going to be in the hands of Saxa, I assume. Void Spirit probably mid for mid 1.
Alliance could go like a Slark, any kind of mana burn, Slark, Phantom Lancer. It's a great Phantom Lancer game. I mean, they have shown 3 heroes, but, you know, it still looks very, very good. Abaddon really hates to play into any kind of mana burn, and both of these heroes look very good right now.
And what about like a Monkey King? We've seen a few Monkey Kings go Diffusal Blade with the Echo Saber as well.
That's
Could
doable.
potentially go that direction. And right now you're staring down the barrel of 3 strength heroes, 3 melee heroes. I guess unlikely you pick up a Timbersaw, as you've already got your Beastmaster. Running low on time, Alliance. Taking a long time to think about it. Queen of Pain has been a very popular 4th pick, and still could be very good here. But you mentioned the Slark, and there it comes.
So what do you get here? Like, Slark's not afraid of these heroes, unless Void Spirit gets Aghanim Scepter. Huh.
I guess Alliance were more afraid of Slark being banned, and then last pick they can, Queen of Pain or Puck or something.
Slark doesn't like to play into Leshrac. That's one of the heroes that he really, AoE, any kind of AoE damage that works on the ground. So you have a guaranteed stun if he tries to TP out, mixed damage, magical and physical.
I need to start deciding where they want to put these heroes. They don't have any great ways of dealing with Boar early on.
And Boar level 1 is just slow. It doesn't deal damage, just being annoying. But level 2 Boar is much stronger.
You're on a roll. Lacoste on fire. Lesh. And you've called like 3 or 4 heroes in a row, honestly.
And I'm just using my brain. Dota sometimes is a very simple game, but sometimes it looks very complicated. For example, when I'm trying to figure out what Hellraisers are going to do with their picks.
Discord having a few little freakouts.
So you don't know where Leshrac is going to go? Everything's still open up for OG. It could be a safe lane Lash, it could be mid Lash, Void Spirit. Abaddon can also change the role. So they think it's mid Void Spirit and they're looking for an offlaner, Abaddon 5.
It really is super flexible for them.
That's a great ban, actually. This is something that Slark can get out of. What's the other one? Like, you can pick Legion Commander. And there's another way of dispel. Man, they wish they could swap Abaddon right now for Legion Commander. Also has hard dispel and can lock down Slark.
Bloodseeker. Interesting ban from OG. Does that tell you anything? Does that sell you a hero now?
No, I'm just thinking. Like, Bloodseeker, they already have Slark. I don't think Alliance played Bloodseeker mid.
We saw mid one play Bloodseeker mid, but Enigma, the final hero, so it looks like that's the Seb hero last grab. It could be the Sumail position 1 Leshrac, Void Spirit mid for mid one, but Alliance do have this last pick.
This is what they've done before. They've picked Enigma into Rubik in Gamers Without Borders. No-Tail was playing it, and I believe he had BKB Lincoln Sphere somehow, plus a book.
Somehow. Silencer! Alliance. I guess that's the Limp Hero mid lane then.
Yes, it is mid Silencer.
The Enigma.
I'm liking Alliance's draft a lot. Heroes. So what do? I think you shift position.
It will be the No-Tail Abaddon.
Positions here a bit. Abaddon put it on 5. Sax is going to be playing 4. It's still going to be core Enigma.
Enigma. With that Necro Rush we've been seeing so often. And OG not really reliant on any long cooldown ultis outside of Black Hole here. They can definitely go head-to-head and fight very early on up against Alliance. We're maybe a little reliant on that, raw global silence with the Soulbind to actually start off team fights.
Like, how do you itemize? That's the issue.
Difficult
like, who gets any kind of dispel, like Guardian Greaves, a Lotus Orb? That's why I thought they might want to shift Abaddon to position 3 and, have him buy Lotus Orb, then he removes the silence and can shield another target.
Let's try this instead. Lacoste, answer my phone call. Let's try this.
Hello,
Can
hello.
you hear me? No. Small problems. Oh dearie me.
Yeah, Discord's not working properly.
Discord issues, XD. I guess the stream can still hear us just fine. We should be going through on the stream just okay. But here we are, game 1, OG up against Alliance. Apologies for the few little problems we're having here, guys. As we kick off game 1 with OG. Sumail on the lash. Go back to channel. Yeah, we can try that. Testing. Lacoste, hello.
Yes, hello, I can hear you.
Perfect, right, I can hear you now. Yeah, I could see your little light shining, and I could see you talking in the video call, but I couldn't actually hear you. Weird little hiccups. But yeah, Sumail Lash, No-Tail Abaddon, Saxa Earth Spirit, mid one Void Spirit, and Seb the Enigma. As over on Alliance's side, the Nico Baby Special, the Slark with FNG, Grimstroke, Limp Silencer, Rubik for Hanskin, and the final hero, S4, Beastmaster, as mid one has already sniped Nico Baby's Courier somehow. What?
Well, Nico Baby wants, to pressure himself. Give them advantage, make a comeback, so the victory is gonna even taste better.
Oh, so sweet. Hanskin. Just going to hold hands with S4 as Sumail and Saxa in a great position here to snipe out a couple of bounty runes.
Kill the Boris. Boris gone.
Absolutely. And for the first time in I feel like ever, I see the Radiant team take both bottom bounty runes and the Dire team take both top bounty runes.
Yeah, usually it does not happen. So top lane is going to be very, very strong for Alliance. S4 with the Boar, Rubik Fate Bolt, slow. I mean, you can remove the Fate Bolt, but... Whew. So mid lane, this is the matchup to look out for. I mean, mid one's playing with the high ping. I think we've said that a lot of the times already, but Limp definitely could easily snowball. Look at this, 5 intelligence. You're not just stealing in from him, you're gaining damage while lowering his damage. It was even harder in the previous patches because you were taking away like their damage intelligence, and also you were getting more spell amplification, which doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, it was quite ridiculous. FNG trying to deal with the Seb Eidolons, but good micro. Enigma drags them back, and the wave to his tier 1. Saxa right now just trying to figure out what's happening. Sentry wards all over the place from the Radiant team. Camps being blocked up. Mid one currently 7-1, so a pretty good start. A couple of tangos brought out to himself. Probably going to need a salve reasonably soon here. But it feels like he's trying to rush that bottle as quickly as possible. Feels like there's kill threat from both sides in that mid lane.
Both of them saving a point. Like, you usually get the last word on Silencer. Void Spirit already level 3, but he's very low on HP. Limp is salving up. Mid one doesn't have a salve. This might cost him the lane.
Yeah,
you can see how aggressive he's playing right now. The Simulate is ready.
Gets himself out of dodge. Very nicely done.
Denied.
Saxa still kind of toying around bottom lane, thinking about whether he wants to drag wave. Looks like they're pouncing onto the Enigma, though, with that Ink Swell connecting onto Seb. Should be able to give Nico Baby that first blood, but the slow from the smash, the boulder kicked across the map by Saxa, just about keeps Seb alive.
He
Oh,
snipes him.
FNG snipes him with a stroke of fate. Nicely played.
Left, right, left. Couldn't dodge it. Mid lane. Oh, he's so close to bottle, but he's also very low on regen.
He's got one Fairy Fire, and he really is towing that line. Death is imminent. Looks like mid one going to be walking to base and then TPing back to lane. S4 picked up by Sumail as Hanskin was chased back by No Tail. So Sumail getting the solo kill onto the Beastmaster. And the tip.
King on Lashrak. I kind of missed that.
He was one of the best, right? That movement speed build. The Yule's Boots of Travel with the move speed talent. It was so good. And he was even going like Yasha Kaya. Inkswell again, bottom lane. Good little roll in from
what a
Saxa,
kickback.
kicking away Nico Baby. And yet again, Saxa keeping Seb in this lane. And it feels like they're winning the regen trade here and really accelerating very quickly towards that early Necro book on the Enigma.
OG needs to secure the bounties for the Void Spirit. I mean, he's gonna be on the one side. No one is moving out yet, so it's just gonna be 50-50. Mid one, if he doesn't get it, I expect another tweet from mid one starting with Ice Frog. Ice Frog, please. Yeah.
What's the deal with this? He might actually attempt to kill onto Limp here. He still has Dissimilate and a Fairy Fire, but Limp's right clicks, they are substantial. Bottle up, and mid one is okay. But he's expended so many of those bottle charges, and Limp can just stand his ground in the lane at 25 and 13. He's tripling up the CS of the Void Spirit right now. Currently at 13 and 1.
The net worth wise, he's only 300 gold away, so not that big of a difference. Limp also had to bring a lot of mangoes, a lot of flasks. He even bought a bottle. Just checking if there's any stacks. Global
Pounce
Silence will be
aggressively.
ready.
Nico Baby played forward onto Seb, but now the turnaround. Saxa with Seb, looking for the kill onto the Slark, pops his wand. FNG will kind of bodyguard him on his way back to salve as well, with the bounty rune spawning. Sumail bottles one up top. Saxa will gather at least one, if not two, down south. So 3 for 1 here as OG again favored.
Hanskin took this bounty rune. You usually save it if your mid laner has a bottle.
Bounty.
So now your silencer is half HP. Can't refill the bottle. Mid one took that bounty for himself. Now just needs the jungle. Very hard for him to come back to the lane. Gets harassed a lot. About to hit level 5.
Oh, Nico Baby does find the pounce in. Saxa again with a great kick and roll away. Alliance are putting so much pressure on, but not getting any kills down in this bottom lane. And I was watching top. OG, every time the boar is summoned by S4, they throw Lightning Storm, Split Earth. They've got Shield and this Curse of Avernus, just complete focus onto the boar whenever it's brought out. Rune spawns top. Invis for Limp. There's the refill. Mid one making a bit of a comeback story in that mid lane. What's the net worth difference? 420. Drops his bottle for Saxa to refill it. They might have a roll in onto Limp here as well. Tries to go for it, doesn't reach though, and Limp with that Invis rune. Gonna be safe and sound. And the
Limp's still
sentry ward
saving
already...
a point in case he needs to pop the Global Silence. Level 1 Global Silence, 300 mana, so you need to have a lot to actually cast it. I thought the top lane's gonna be much better for Alliance. But
Look
as
at
you
them
said,
kill the boars! And they're gonna go for S4 now. Diving onto tower. No tail. Getting that Curse of Avernus going, but Limp's rotation. Gonna come in and try and pick off Sumail with the little ink swell. catching out the Abaddon on his way out as well. Also Limp with a double kill. Easy bonus intelligence. And a good little turnaround. Giving up the kill on S4, but great rotations from Alliance.
Bottom lane also not going that great for Alliance at the moment. Like, Seb is already level 6, has book, 7.5 minutes in.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, he draws on the map. Guys, I am triangle now. I farm jungle. So Earth Spirit can get some experience bottom lane. They're TPing mid to play in onto that FNG Grimstroke. Sumail and mid one here. No catapult wave for them, but they're still diving. Lacoste, they're still
No, wait, alright, that's OG that we, used to see, but it's a bit too much.
Mid one getting right click down. But yeah, you've got your mid laner and your safe laner. Both diving tier 1 mid, looking for Limp. Astro step forward with Global Silence. Now turn around. That Ether Remnant held him in place for a second. Sumail and No-Tail unable to close the gap as they try and focus down the tier 1. No catapult to help them though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heroes. 7 heroes mid, yeah, roll in. Straight through the middle. Now lift up. Does stun the Abaddon. But this Lashrak, so much damage with the Pulse Nova. Finds Hanskin. FNG. He's getting jumped by mid one. There's the Remnant and 2 kills in a row for OG. As they've got another 8 Edict here to bring down this tower.
Sadly, Beastmaster did not have TP ready to come back to a fight. And it's also a very hard Beastmaster game to start with. Like, you're playing against the Abaddon. You don't want to throw it on him if you can't get a kill, and you can't because he's about to hit level 6 soon. And if you use it on someone else, he's just gonna Aphotic Shield off. Like, mid-game fights are gonna look a bit different with the Global Silence follow-up.
It's really got to rattle you to your core, though, being run at like that. S4 gonna come over and grab the outpost. Pretty much every other hero on the map, though, bottom lane. OG playing this 5-man gameplay, chasing Nico Baby. No-Tail still level 5, just shields himself up. No borrowed time yet, but they've jumped onto Limp, mid one and Sumail. These 2 core heroes pummeling Alliance into the ground, and one by one it's a double kill for Sumail.
There's the black hole
catching them as well. They've got S4 trapped inside, and OG 5 heroes still up and running. Bringing down the tier 1, another massive team fight for them. Alliance just don't seem to be able to really answer or handle what OG are bringing.
Both supports are very low level. Rubik only level 4. Book is not even gonna get him to level 6. OG's aggression, like moving from mid lane to the bottom lane, 5 strong. And I feel like they're just, trying to challenge themselves. Picking Enigma into Beastmaster and Rubik, it's really a tough game to play.
That's like those Dota 1 days, you stack up with your friends, you pick Pugna, Kotl, Nature's Prophet, Lone Druid, you go mid lane and you go, okay, tier 1 tower, let's go to another lane, take down all the objectives one by one. OG, so strong when they're grouping up. And the target acquisition that they've got as well, they see Limp, they jump Limp, all of a sudden he's dead. Switch to another target. Black Hole, a solo hero. Kill S4. Perfectly done. Top 3 net worth, all OG heroes now. Lashrak at 5k. Tower gold, flowing into their pockets. Very fast Yules. 11 minutes in for this Lash. So he can just continually... He's got a smoke on him. He's got a smoke from No-Tail. They can just continually chase down any target they want. Mid one, skipping out on nulls, double circle it, and then rushing Aghanim Scepter. And you said it in the draft, right? That's going to be difficult for Slark to handle.
If you get the first jump on Silencer and silence him, like, you don't care about the global. And now all this advantage that Limp had in the laning stage doesn't matter. Like, look at Void Spirit. He has 400 more net worth, and now he's the one who's in control.
S4's getting caught near the Ancients now. Sumail with that split earth, yules himself up into the air. Make sure he doesn't die to Necro units or a roar or something. And Seb there to help out. Find yet another pick-off. So Radiant Jungle belongs to OG. Slark is trying to kind of slip himself into a couple of these stacks. that he's made for himself. Black hole back up in 50 seconds. But the map kind of cut in half here. As OG, they see FNG. Oh, the Remnant doesn't quite catch the Grim Stroke. Ooh. Sumail maybe could have got the Yule Scepter off there.
OG's just playing the bottom part of the map. They don't care. Roll, he's in.
That's a nice magnetize from Saxa. Hansken steals it now. Courier gonna get sniped out. As Saxa loses himself and his Courier. But yeah. Alliance, you know, using Global and Soulbind for just an Earth Spirit. OG still ready to fight. Black Hole's back up in 5 seconds.
Saxa has too low ping on this server, so others can't really follow him up. Like, he's ahead of the time.
Middle tower is under attack.
He says go, and then 3 seconds later, oh. One great thing Alliance are doing here, though, is creating a lot of space for Nico Baby. Diffusal Blade, about 400 gold away.
This is standard Nico Baby build. On Slark Phase Boots, skipping any kind of raid bans, getting that Diffusal Blade as fast as possible, and then getting status resistance.
Tier 1 tower top still standing. I think that's what OG are eyeing up now. Seb working on Greaves. He's got mech done, almost completed. Clears out that mid wave. He can connect in with the rest of his team as Sumail, No-Tail, and Mid1 all lurking around in the vicinity. Alliance trying to spread the map as best they can. Try and drag OG from one side to the other. Dodging fights pretty nicely so far. It's not efficient farming by any means. Limp is able to take down Ancients. S4 spotting Seb. Thinking about the roar, but holding it for a little while, finally. Getting the stun off. Stealing out Eidolons for Hansken.
Man, No-Tail's getting a lot of farm. He dragged 2 creep waves.
Oh, Hansken.
And now I think he wants to drag it to someone to farm it up. Like, usually it's the Leshrac.
They're trying to catch Mid1 here. The Void Spirit very elusive. Does slip away with a Dissimulate.
No-Tail says, okay, no one wants to come here to farm 2 waves. I'm just gonna pop a shield and kill it.
My farm. He buys 3 sentries and an Observer Ward. Money well spent. Easy bounty runes for No-Tail as well. Right place, right time. Sumail very, very close to Kaya.
A bauble from the
OG
void.
kind of waiting now. Void Spirit Aghanims needs a little more build-up time. We do have this Enigma with Arcane's mech. He's going to go Malefice and Midnight Pulse. Could have maybe gone for the black hole onto that Slark on his lonesome. A little bit afraid of what's lurking behind Nico Baby, but in fact Nico Baby was pretty much alone up there. Grim and Beastmaster were quite far back farming.
I guess OG is just waiting for the next set of items. Void Spirit needs 1,000 gold to finish Aghanim Scepter. And then you have 2 charges of 2-second silence, plus a shield, plus a Photic shield. Like, he should not die.
Dire are scanning.
Enigma getting closer to Greaves. Like, this is the way to itemize when you're playing against the Silencer. Getting BKB doesn't really matter. You're playing against Beastmaster, Global Silence. It's gonna be very hard for you to use your ult. So it's much better to get a blink, pray for Global Silence that he's gonna pop it earlier, and just tank up.
Yeah, build auras, tank up, keep that push going. This catapult is gonna last quite some time. Pretty simple tier 1, as Sumail stops Slark from free farming bottom lane and also stops the push coming in onto the opposing tier 1. That's Nico Baby working on what looks like a BKB. Buys up the Ogre Axe first. Could still switch into that S&Y which you love so much, but a roll in. Catched by the Roar. Caught by the Roar even. As Mid1 trying to dive onto Limp. They do finish off Saxa now, a good pounce. And a Global Silence, focusing Mid1's Void Spirit. Lashrat can't really do too much, and they don't have that Greaves yet, so Enigma holding
Lashrak
the
is
black
so
hole.
low.
They don't get Sumail. Aggressive roll in from that Earth Spirit though, and he pays with his life. Mid one also getting caught in the crossfire.
When you have global silence, Alliance should just keep fighting. They have infinite scaling lineup. Slark stealing agility, Silencer stealing int. That's full Guardian Greaves, so Enigma can get rid of the global silence.
That's going to make things so much easier. You know, that fight, if he had the Greaves, he could just pop them, walk in, black hole, 4 or 5 heroes. And it looks like a smoke from OG. They're all grouped up. I guess no one has a smoke on them. Rubik Eidolons? Oh dear, that's free money for the Lash. Easy gold. Alliance, you know, after that first 10 minutes or so where it looked like OG were running away from things, Alliance have done a great job spreading the map. Beastmaster's getting farm, he's got his Necro 3 coming out. FNG, he's got Urn and Tranquils with 1,000 gold saved up on his position 5 Grimstroke. It's pretty impressive. Silencer now overtaking the mid one Void Spirit in net worth as well. As Hansken, found by Saxa, looks like he's getting soloed out as Roshan is about to drop. See if Hansken can escape this. Magnetize, doing an awful lot of work here. Remnant misses, but mid one joins the fight to finish him off, and his Aghanim Scepter completed.
Now OG wants to push some towers. Global silence will be up in 15 seconds. They're keeping a timer on that, but they can still take a fight. Lashrak, Primal Roar is ready, but the Baron is already behind. It's a hard Beastmaster game. Like they need, if it's possible, connect. Yeah, that's it. Beastmaster +1 with the roar.
He does get off the borrowed time, so No-Tail trying to dodge away, but they lose Saxa. Turning around and fighting, this Lashrak is being shredded by Nico Baby, and the Aegis down, the Black Hole wasted! Seb! No! What have you done? Missing out completely on this team fight. Maybe they can find the Slark on his way out. He's got another pounce in 2 seconds and a TP. Mid one trying to give chase. Abaddon, Lashrak. They can't find Nico Baby, he slipped away.
The fish is very slippery. That's what they needed. Like, good fight with the global silence. And if they can catch Abaddon once again with the Primal Roar, +1, that's the combo. And he used the silence, so Abaddon couldn't just purge it off on the second target, even with using the ulti.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'll take that.
That's the OG Aegis fight. Not really looking too hot. I mean, Seb, who was Seb targeting with that black hole? Was he trying to catch Nico Baby?
I believe so. He failed now, so that he's not gonna fail at the later stages of the game, which is pretty smart. You know, there's one mistake, one black hole like this. Oh, Lashrak almost killing himself on that Necro book. I mean, yeah. He's not gonna die, has Essence Ring to pop, but still, uncontrollable damage. This is where Blade Mail and Necro units shine.
Yeah, it did look pretty close. And taking him out of that Yule Scepter as well. S4 doing a great job. OG yet again. Grouping up. No-Tail is sitting here with mid one and Sumail. So he's ready to save either his position 1 or 2. Seb working on that Blink Dagger now. That surprise jump with a black hole is going to be vital here for OG. As Alliance defending their mid-tier 2. Forcing that Void Spirit away. But OG in a great position on this high ground. Still looking to start a fight, even with Alliance having all their abilities ready.
Nico Baby just wants to have a BKB for the next fight. I think it's a correct choice here against like this heavy magical damage. He saw Aghanim Scepter on Void Spirit, so he needs to be able to take care of himself. Once Beastmaster gets a Blink Dagger, it's going to be so much easier to execute the combo.
Yeah, you nearly have Ether Lens up on the Grimstroke as well. Seb. 100 gold off Blink Dagger as they do come cruising towards your bottom tier 3, but they've got to wait for the wave. Mid lane dealt with by Slark.
Mirrors of my
There is his BKB. Smoked up with FNG. Mid one catches a glimpse of them. But the high ground is coming. Alliance aren't really ready to defend this. OG are on your doorstep. Nico Baby backstabbing with the Ink Swell, jumping straight onto the Enigma. He does have Black Hole here, but they've got the Global Silence to back them up as FNG shredded by mid one. Slark still going, looking for Seb. Yes, Essence Shift stacks are up, but
Now
BKB
that's a
now
problem.
expired. Yule's up into the stun. They've got the split earth. The roar is decent here to buy time for Nico Baby to shadow down to turn and fight, but the magic damage spilling in onto this slug, forcing the global silence out from Alliance. But that's their teamfight combo expended now, and Enigma still has Black Hole.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This
OG
tower is
taking down this tier
melting.
3.
Like once tier 3 is gone, they're gonna be able to take a fight. Black Hole, no global silence, remember?
And he's got Blink as well, so if this Enigma sees a chance to blink Black Hole, he could go for it. It's being cancelled out little by little. Stroke of Fate there, doing a great job. As they back up now, OG self-fuels the Lesh. The dive into the back from mid one and Saxa, trying to catch the Silencer. As that Saxa Earth Spirit does get healed up by the Greaves and rolls away to safety, barely makes it out. Soulbind in onto mid one, catching Lesh as well, but there's no chain stuns. There's no ability here for Alliance to take this fight properly, and Nico Baby's being annihilated. Oh, he's got a Dark Pact off,
BKB in a
he's got the right
second.
clicks from the Lesh, but the BKB comes out. Not sure that was required. Now he's TPing forward aggressively, looking to turn the fight again. Saxa getting picked off. Oh, he rolls away, barely escaping. Finally, the Glaive will take him down as OG full retreat mode now. No-Tell walks into the midst of the enemies, gives his life for his cause to escape. So
Where's the left? There it
cancelled
is.
by the left. Hanskin grabs him up, drags him
big
into
kill.
the waiting arms of Limp. +2, thank you very much.
Even though they lost the melee barracks, I still feel like it's a very solid victory for Alliance. Man, Alliance's team coordination is really on point. Like getting in and out of the fight a couple of times. They even used like what they need to have a team fight. They used Grimstroke, ulti, Beastmaster didn't have anything and still managed to,
Dire's middle tower
you know,
is under
I'm gonna
attack.
call it a win.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Even losing their melee barracks, still a win. Kill those necro units. Mid one, Seb. Still ready to fight.
Dire are scanning.
What have we here?
Void Spirit working on his BKB now as Lesh did finish off the Bloodstone. So Lesh not thinking about a BKB of his own, nor a Lincoln's or any kind of defensive items outside of the Yule Scepter, which he's already had for quite some time. Oh, they're diving Limp. Down to a third of his HP.
He pops
but
the
FNG
region.
Turns. Silenced. Mid one makes that speedy escape yet again. Nico Baby, do they just black hole him here? They're holding on to it. Seb not wanting to expend it so early on. Chain stunning the Slark with a silence. They didn't need the black hole.
Under attack.
Nico Baby stuck around
Astronomical
way too long.
price. I mean, that's how he needs to play. He can't just, you know, stay. He needs to make stuff happen. They throw a couple of spells on him, but there's no real save besides the global silence. Now there's no global. Nico Baby might be forced to buy. He needs to buy back, otherwise they're gonna lose another set of Raxes.
30 seconds on the sidelines. They're diving in deep, looking for the silencer. Limp magnetized up at the roar. Now arriving onto mid one. They don't get the Aphotic Shield to save him up. Saxa does get blown up completely, and now the Soulbind. Where's the combo? They don't have anything. It's just the Slark pummeling. Yes, they do. Into mid one's Void Spirit. The dive was too deep, and OG, they have Black Hole, but again, they're not using it.
Go on, Gary.
Nico Baby getting a double kill, getting the gold because of the buyback. Can they run?
That's
Okay, Roche may respawn in a second. Let's see the spawn timer. It's gonna be a pretty long one, so not really favoring Alliance right now. OG just keeps the pressure. You see, it's not about the black hole, it's about the threat of a black hole, what he can do if he goes in. Still,
Dire's middle
Alliance
tower
didn't use the
is under
combo
attack.
properly. It was just a solo primal roar. They had no Global Silence, but if they execute it well,
Dire's middle
like
tower
Alliance
has
is
fallen.
pretty damn strong. Now that Silencer is also level 15, extra 2 permanent intelligence steal. Like right clicks coming out from him are insane.
Yeah, like it feels like Alliance are holding on for dear life, but they are still executing, making sure they don't lose any more than that bottom lane of barracks. OG smoking. If they can get a big pick off here, there's
And
no
remember,
buybacks.
Even if he uses a black hole, Rubik, if he's alive, that's gonna be a stolen one for sure. Getting closer to Blink Dagger, just 50 gold away.
Currently holding borrowed time.
Radiant's courier
Beastmaster
has
Rubik
been
Grimstroke with buybacks. S4's Courier sniped out by OG. Telescope there, going to be pretty good if they hand that over to the Abaddon. Longer range on that shield. Roshan, 15 seconds. That's what OG are prepping for right now. Top tier 2, keep that mid-wave pushed, but hey, look at this. Alliance with a long smoke wraparound. Slark shows mid, usually an indication that everyone's behind him in the base waiting to defend, and they spot the Leshrac. Sumail jumped the illusion rune there, and the self-fuels with the global silence in on top of him now. They soulbind him up, looking for the pick on Leshrac. Seb Greaves, no blink dagger though. He's going to black hole solo onto the Nico Baby Slark. Sax is brought down, but he bunnies back straight off the bat. Pounce out from Slark. No, he turns to fight. His BKB's done. He's silenced up, but he's out of there. Jumped upon again by mid one. Silenced once more. Nico Baby. He's got the bail away, but he can't. The gap closed from mid one's Void Spirit. Perfect. There's a double kill from Limp. Finds the Seb kill. A roll in from Sax as the other fight breaking out. Looking for the Silencer kill. Limp still alive with the Essence Ring there. And they'll find Sumail, the Inkswell, stun. Taking him down and a roll in again. Catching the Silencer. A triple from that Limp Silencer. But it's still OG with a buyback from Saxa coming in and saving the fight.
Seb did such a good job just, checking what's happening in a fight. Rubik, he used the spell steal, got the Aphotic Shield, and you know that he can't steal Black Hole straight away.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That fight split so quickly as well. Like mid one chasing the tail of that Slark, making sure that he couldn't dodge in and out of the fight. And the rest of them focusing down the Leshrac.
Has fallen.
Beautifully done by OG.
If Slark commits to a single target with the full BKB, needs to get out, this is where mid one hero shines. Like, this instant silence coming out from Resonant Pulse is insanely good against silence. Here's the combo, double lift, double silence.
Oh, the borrowed time from No-Tail, but mid one shredded. They didn't get another barracks. They focused on the melee. That's going to be healed up in time. And No-Tail, he's going to be picked off again. Limp, bonus 4 intelligence, up to 46 permanent int stolen. They see
Wait,
Seb.
that 46 permanent? I thought that's the one that, temporarily stolen. Okay, Limp, man, he actually, like, I want to see the damage after the fight to see the graph, how much damage Silencer does. Like, this hero should not be underestimated in a team fight. You need to focus him down.
He is 11, 2, and 5 right now. BKB 4 staff working on Shiver's Guard and Alliance into the Roche Pit. That's Aegis Cheese. 10 seconds for Abaddon, 20 for the Void Spirit. Alliance, 5 heroes strong. 25 seconds for the Enigma Black Hole. This is Roche for Alliance. They're one lane of barracks down, but they are still fighting a tooth and nail for this game. Seb comes in with a Midnight Pulse, pounced out by the Slark. Diffusal Blade to slow down the Enigma with the Inkswell there. He's chasing him down. Silencer grabs the Aegis as Leshrac. Focusing Nico Baby, but gets turned on immediately with Global Silence. He's lotused up, saved by the Abaddon.
Black Hole is up.
Jump in. Soulbind is there though. 2 silences flying out from FNG. They've also got the last word onto the Enigma with a 3-man Stroke of Fate. Alliance can regroup on their high ground as this mid-one Void Spirit takes down Hansken's Rubik. Finally, Seb jumps in with a Black Hole. It's a pretty decent one as well. Aegis gone, and they're going to catch S4 as well. 2 heroes down, and Slark trying to fight, but he can't do it. Annihilated by
that's
OG,
game, Gary.
and that is it.
Slark with no buyback, Rubik with no buyback. That's why Leshrac is such a
Middle
great
tower
pick
is under attack.
against the Slark. AoE damage, your BKB goes down. I thought they were just gonna back off, wait for Global Silence to be ready. Bottom racks is already gone. There's still tier 2 tower on the top lane, but
Radiant's
OG, they're
middle
pushing
barracks
in.
has fallen.
Tier 4 tower very low.
Tower is under attack.
This could be it. No buyback on Slark, Rubik, or Beastmaster. There's 30 seconds. A window here has opened for OG. A 4 versus 2. Silencer needs to stay in the fountain. He can't get picked off now. FNG trying to clear out waves.
Radiant's
What can
middle
Alliance
tower is
do?
under attack.
They need to buy time, but they just don't have the resources. A Yule's into Split Earth Stun, catching Limp. He's got no BKB, no Force Staff, no HP, and that's game. 32 minutes in, OG finally with a final strike to the jugular. That fight, beautifully played out, and GG's call.
A very nice and entertaining game to watch for sure. Like OG, their aggressiveness. When they grouped up around the mid tower, creep skipping with Lash and then forcing the fights, like this aggression from OG, I don't think any other team is doing it like them.
Like, holy crap, diving tier 1 mid lane like 8 minutes into the game. Absolutely ridiculous. Seb with the Greaves, the Blink, the Black Holes. A couple of misplays, you could say, by OG, but in the end, the grand battle plan, it all came to fruition. Alliance with some real scrappy, well-executed team fights just couldn't match that OG bravado. Game 1 goes the way of OG. I really enjoyed that game.